If you drank from the water fountain at school, you may have been better off drinking from an actual puddle of water that has been infused with the mud on the ground, dude. It's truly baffling how disgusting school water fountains truly were. Welcome back to $3 down, ladies and gentlemen, but I have seen some horrific stuff. Some absolutely mind-boggling, phantasmagorical stuff go down at school water fountains. It's truly perplexing, dude. Literally, one time we were playing kickball, right? We were playing kickball. Some kid falls and scrapes his hand on the ground really badly, really badly. It started to bleed. The first thing he went to go do was wash off the blood into the water fountain, dude. Into the water fountain. This dude literally confidently got up and beelined it straight to the water fountain, the place where we drink, the place we go to quench our thirst. This man, not a man, this kid went there and rinsed off his bloody fingers into the place we drink from, dude. That fountain, the nozzle the water comes out of, was covered in blood. Blood, dude. You gotta be kidding me, man. Absolutely disgusting. I've seen that happen quite a few times where people just use it to wash things off. It's a place where we go to drink, dude. It's not a sink. You know, it's not a sink. It's a water fountain to drink from, man. And people are using it like a sink. It's disgusting, man. That's why I always came to school with ample water bottles, because I never wanted to drink from the water fountain. It was like a death sentence pretty much, dude. And this was back in what, like the third grade, I remember? The third and fourth grade. I'm like, dude, what's going on, man? Good Lord. It was the grossest thing I've ever seen, too. Absolutely disgusting. Some people, dude, it was like a Parks and Recs episode, too. Remember when they were trying to figure out a way to keep people from putting their entire mouth over the nozzle of the water fountain in Parks and Rec in that one episode? Literally, that's not even a joke, dude. That happens so often. Why do people do that? Specifically kids, man. They just absolutely desecrate that water fountain, man. They demolish it. Why are you putting your whole mouth on it, man? Why are you doing that? Like, there's gonna be like a line of kids, right? Because it's recess time. Everybody's thirsty. They're all lining up to use the water fountain, and all of them are just absolutely demolishing that water fountain with their mouth, man. Just absolutely, just mouth all over it, man. Why? What's up with that? Are you struggling that hard to get that water, man? Are you that thirsty? They're putting their entire mouth, closing it up all over the water fountain. That is vile. They are literally witnessing people ahead of them do that, absolutely molesting the water fountain, and then they do it too. Like, dude, are you serious? You just witnessed somebody lick that thing all over, and you're gonna do it too? What in God's name, dude? I'm just sitting there chugging my water bottle, and I'm looking at all these people just demolishing this water fountain, man. Good Lord. And don't even get me started on water fountains nowadays. Good Lord, man. The fact that I still see like some water fountains open and ready to be used, that's a whole nother thing, dude. Good Lord. That's just gross right now. But like before, when I was back in school, dude, oh my God. Oh my Lord. Jesus, man. After I saw that kid wash his bloody fingers off in the water fountain, that's when I was like, okay, yeah, that's it. That's the last straw, dude. That's the last straw. They barely cleaned that thing too, man. I'm pretty sure if I went back up to that school now, I would still probably, if that school is even still there, I'll probably still see red blood stains, dried up blood all over that thing, dude, because they hardly cleaned that. The bathrooms were so gross, too. Jesus Christ, dude. Everything about elementary school was just gross. When you look back on it now, the bathrooms, oh my God, the bathrooms, dude. It makes you wonder, like, how bad are their bathrooms at home, you know? Like, how are you gonna absolutely just demolish these I've used the word demolish a lot, but literally there's no better word to use to describe what was going on at school, man. They demolished the bathrooms. There's no other word I can use to describe it. They simply demolished it. Like, what are you doing at home, man, that you come here and what compels you to just urinate all over the floor, to take a dump and just leave it in the toilet. Don't flush it. And then you clog it all up with toilet paper. Just toilet paper everywhere, dude. All over the walls, nothing but urine. There isn't a single spot, not a single crevice of that bathroom that wasn't absolutely drenched in urine, man. I'm like, dude, every toilet was clogged. All the sinks were filled with paper towels. Piss just all over everywhere in there, dude. But you still had to go in there to use it, because what else could you do? Hold it all throughout the day? Yeah, sure, that's possible, but you're in third grade, man. That ain't gonna happen, dude. I'm sorry, that isn't gonna happen. Third grade, you're staying at school for like, what, 8 hours? I'm sorry, but holding it was just not an option. You have to brave the storm and walk into that cesspool of garbage. Absolutely atrocious. See, what my mom would do, she was like an assistant at that school, and she would let me go and use like the high schooler bathrooms, which were like significantly cleaner. We would use the high school bathrooms and the gym bathrooms, because the elementary school students, we never used the gym. We had our own little playground area. We never went into the gym, dude, unless it was for like a what's the word for it? Like a school ceremony or whatever, some nonsense, dude, like a school announcement where the entire student body had to be there. Other than that, we were never in the gym. And the gym, I remember the gym bathrooms were very nice, very clean, very well kept. The elementary school bathrooms, dude, you can literally smell the piss. If you just walk by the bathroom, you can smell the piss just radiating from that bathroom. It was the grossest thing ever, man. Oh my God. The schools were so bad, dude. It was so bad. I do remember though, the lunch at that school was always really good though. That's the one thing. The lunch at that school, really, really good. Seriously, they had like chili cheese fries, really good hot dogs. They had ginormous burgers. Their burgers were ridiculously big. Maybe it was just because I was in the third grade. Maybe they weren't super big, but I just remember them being really big. They had burritos. They also sold breakfast too, and their breakfast, oh my God, their breakfast was so good, man. So good. They had the best eggs, I swear, man. Their eggs, oh my God. They were so good. They had eggs, waffles, bacon, grits, and like little bowls of fruit too. I don't know why. Their food was really good, really good. I didn't eat their lunch too often because my mom would always pack my lunch. But sometimes, like it would be a treat for me to just eat the school lunch. That would be my treat, man, because their lunch was so good. It was ridiculously good, man. Good Lord. I remember one time I was eating breakfast at the school. My mom was letting me eat breakfast at the school one time, their school breakfast. I had a bowl of grits, some eggs, some bacon, some waffles, some fruit, and like a couple things of juice. Now you might be saying, good Lord, that's a lot of food. You're right. That was a lot of food. And it came back to bite me because on that same day, my class was hosting like a program. We called them programs. I forget what the specific one was called. It might have been like Thanksgiving related or whatever. But we were hosting a program, and all the students were getting ready. We were all dressed up, and we were all eating breakfast because we still had like maybe an hour or two before we had to go and get ready for the actual program. And I just devoured all of this food. That was way too much food for me to eat. Like I'm looking around and everyone's only got like a bowl of fruit here, maybe like a couple pieces of bacon here, maybe like a little cup of milk over here, but I'm over here with this full course breakfast just devouring everything, man. And my mom was looking at me like, are you good? You sure that's not too much food there, buddy? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just sitting there with all this food, just stuffing it in my mouth. And then the time comes for the program, and my stomach is in agony, dude. I'm feeling queasy. My stomach is just wrenching right now. I'm like, oh my God. And my mom was sitting in the stands, and she looked at me. She saw me, and you know how moms are, dude. They can tell when something's up. And she was looking at me, and she was like, oh boy, I know that face. And dear God, dude, I just threw up everywhere. And we're sitting up on a stage and there's so many people in the audience and I just blew chunks all over everywhere, dude, because of all that food that I ate. I gorged on so much food, my little body just could not contain it all. And it finally said, okay, we can't be in here any longer. You don't want to shit us out. We're going to have to force our way out. Sorry, buddy. We're coming. And I just puked everywhere, dude. I was like, oh boy. Oh boy. Surprisingly, though, I mean, from what I saw, I didn't really see too much of a reaction from the audience, to be honest, man, which was a good thing. My mom saw me and she saw me throw up because she was, paying attention to me. She saw I was in distress. She saw I wasn't looking too good. So she was already on high alert. So she got up and she saw me throw up and she made her way to the backstage area, found a bucket of water and some soap and whatnot, and like stealthily got me out of there and cleaned up that area. Remember, my mom was an assistant to the teacher, so she was on guard. She was ready to roll whenever she was needed, and she got me out of there and got me a fresh shirt and cleaned up that area too. Now, the people who did see it really clearly were the students, because we're all sitting side by side next to each other, and it's set up like bleachers. We were set up like bleachers. So there were people in front of you that were lower than you, people in front of them that were lower than them, people behind you that were higher up than you. So the people behind me, the people in front of me, the people who I was behind got absolutely blitzed by the vomit. I don't think I got it on anybody. I don't think I did. I really don't remember too much, dude, because I wasn't really paying attention to them. I was just trying to like hide myself from the audience as best I can, as best I could. I wasn't really concerned with whether or not I got puke on anybody else, to be honest, as messed up as that sounds. But I was more concerned with being seen by the audience than anything, dude. I remember a whole bunch of my friends, they turned around and they had the sickest look on their face. They're like, oh my God, dude, what's wrong with you? Are you good, buddy? And they turned around and they gave me the sickest look, like any like 7-year-old can muster, dude. It was crazy, man. Good Lord, I ate so much food. Like, still that's what when you have those experiences that you look back on nowadays and you just can't help but like cringe. You just can't help but be like, oh my, why did I do that, dude? Oh my God, why did I do that? That is one of those situations for me. I have many of those, a lot of those types of situations, but that is like a prime one, a really supreme one that always haunts me. It's always there to rear its ugly head, dude. I'm like, please get out of my head. Get out of my head, please, dude. Good Lord. That one was brutal. That one was brutal. So I made it like that situation has stuck with me for so long that I don't even eat breakfast before I do anything big. Before I do anything that involves like talking to somebody else. I don't eat breakfast, dude. If I'm waking up and I got to go to a job interview or some nonsense, I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat breakfast anymore because that whole situation just messed me up so badly. I don't even want to eat breakfast. Whenever something like that happens where I have to like go to a job interview, where I have to go to the doctors or whatever, when I have to go to the DMV, whatever, I don't eat breakfast. I always eat after I do that. I always eat when I'm done, when I don't have to do anything else. I eat breakfast or lunch or whatever after I do all of that. I don't even eat breakfast anymore when I do that, dude. I can eat breakfast when I know I have nothing to do. Like today, for instance, I just sat at home all day. Yeah, sure, I'll eat a whole bunch of breakfast. Why not? But if I know I got to do something, I know I got to go somewhere, I know I got to talk to somebody, no breakfast, dude. Good Lord. It's brutal, man, but it is what it is. Jesus Christ. But that's going to do it for me today. That was a nice little story time, I guess. But before we go, we must recommend a song. We must. It's an absolute must, dude. The song we're going to recommend on this fine day is All My Best Friends Are Metalheads by Less Than Jake, dude. A true, bona fide, dignified bop of a song. All My Best Friends Are Metalheads by Less Than Jake. Really good song right there, dude. But that's going to do it for me today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to share this podcast on social media. Follow it if you have the ability to do so. And if you want to, send in a voice link. The link to send in a voice clip is in the description of this podcast, wherever you're listening to this podcast on. Look in the description of this podcast, and you'll see a link that'll direct you to Anchor, and you can send in a voice clip. And if it's, safe to have on the podcast, I'll have it aired on the podcast, dude. Respond to it if you're asking a question, or if you just want to say something nice, go ahead, send it in using the link that should be in the description of every single episode. Go ahead, send it in, dude, if you want to. Don't have to, but if you want to, go ahead, dude. Once this video's up on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.